attorney. She is with Major Peruis, the Storm Help team, and we've gotten to know her really, really well. She is throwing an event. It's a women's mastermind event, and she's teamed up with some really great people to make this event click. And I'll talk to her along with Marta. Rose is Blanca. Blanca, good morning to you. What's going on, my dear?
Good morning, Mr. How's life treating you today?
Listen to her. How positive of a human being is Blanca. Blanca Greenstein. I mean, do we give the whole 4 or 5? I mean, she's one of those people. She's got 18 different names, and it just spells out like a sentence. Or do we just leave it with Blanca? Do we do Blanca Irene? What do we do here?
Blanca. Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
B-I-G, B-I-P, whatever. Blanca's on the phone. Now, we have Scott Major on the phone every Tuesday and Thursday, and we've gotten to know Scott. We've gotten to know Brian really, really well. And in what capacity, Blanca, do you know Brian and Scott?
Well, I served as their marketing representative of the Major Peruis law firm, and they are so committed to their clients. And I've known Scott Major for 10 years. He's a great friend. So it's just an honor working with them.
Yeah, I love those guys. They're so great. They come to town fairly often, and they're a great hang. And joining us in the studio is Marta Rose-Thorpe. Again, someone with a lot of names. Marta, how are you, honey? How are you doing?
Good morning, Kramer. I'm awesome.
It's great to meet you. Now, you guys have. I know one of the last times I saw Blanca was talking about her podcast, Laws of Life, and you guys, I guess, along with the podcast, have created something that's pretty cool, pretty neat for women of the area in Bay County, right?
Yes, that's right.
Absolutely.
Blanca and I we met earlier this year. We have teamed up, and we are co-producing and co-hosting a series of women's empowerment events called the Laws of Life Women's Mastermind. And I'm so thrilled to have met Blanca.
Yeah, Blanca's great. You talk about energy.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
You know, it really started the beginning of a beautiful friendship between Marta and I, and it's really taught me a law of life, which is when you do what you love, it's not work. And we just created this incredible mastermind event, and people responded. I think everybody's really enjoyed it. They make friendships at the mastermind. We have motivational moments. We're going to be interviewing 4 entrepreneurs that exemplify empowerment. Dr. Tim Ramsden, our gold sponsor, Jade Petronas, the founder of Lipstick Diva, Karen Key Smith, the founder of Beachy Beach Real Estate, and Christina Korp, an astronaut wrangler that's also a very good friend of Marta's. And it's sort of a combination of networking. The first hour is networking. There's glamour bars by Mary Kay and Beauty Counter. There's a DJ to listen to good music, and people are going to get the best headshot by Main B Photography because they're going to feeling their highest energy. And then we go into a live talk show co-hosted by Marta and I, where I interview the entrepreneurs, and Marta leads us in the motivational moment. Do you want to explain what a motivational moment is, Marta? Because that's your piece. What do you think?
Sure, absolutely. So to us, a motivational moment is a topic. And as women, we have a lot of things that we want to talk about, discuss, and share. A lot of idea sharing going on. We call this a conversation, not a presentation. And the thing that makes the Laws of Life Women's Mastermind really unique from other women's events is that it's completely interactive. We want to hear from every guest that's sitting there, and they're part of the conversation. So a motivational moment is something like navigating through adversity and staying on fire. Things happen to all of us. We find ourselves in that time and going through that thing. And so we're going to talk about that. What does that look like? What do we agree upon? What do we disagree upon? And share some stories. And that's the other thing that makes this a beautifully unique event is the storytelling. Those 4 entrepreneurs that Blanca mentioned are going to share their story, what they're going through. Why is it that they chose this as their current chapter? How did they get here? What are the choices and steps they took that got them here? And these are everyday people. They're our friends. They're the the boy and the girl next door, and look what they are doing. So we're in essence hoping to spark our people, spark inspiration.
Can I ask you something? When you say, it's a motivational event for women, and you've used the term motivation a couple of times. What does that mean? I know what motivation is, but you're motivating women to do what? To aspire to be an entrepreneur, or what?
What I say is we're inspiring. To me, motivating is like inspiring you to take your game to the next level, whatever your game is, whether it's professional, whether it's personal. Be the best you can be. Leave there on fire with brand new friends and a new lease on life.
So it's an inspirational type of thing for all facets of women's lives, is what you're saying?
I think so. I think we want every single woman.
Life and business.
Yeah, life and business, career people, stay-at-home moms, students, young people, old people, whoever you are, if you're a woman. And actually, we call this a woman's event, but men are invited too. And we've actually already had a few sign up.
Oh, really?
So come on over and be our token guy. We'd love you.
Kramer should come.
Well, listen. If you're just saying there's going to be a bunch of smart women sitting around, you don't got to ask me twice to show up for that.
No twisting of the arm there.
No, of course not.
I like to call it "Got It Going On" women. It's going to be a room full of got it going on gals.
Yeah. So during the what is this? This lasts for what's the time again?
3 hours.
3 hours.
6 to 9 p.m.
Okay.
October 15th, Tuesday night, October 15th, 6 p.m. at the Sheraton Bay Point. Goes till about 9 o'clock. So the first hour is networking, then the second hour and a half is the live talk show, and then there's another 30 to 45 minutes of networking.
And also to put in there that the middle section, the 7:30 to 8:30 Central, is live streamed. So there's going to be, you can view this from all over.
Do you guys, and I've thought about this too as I get older. You and I were just talking off the air about how I was at Island 106 over there in 1991, a long time ago, and and which is hard for me to admit that, but. As I get older, and I think maybe this is common, you do seem to be less motivated for certain things that you used to be motivated for, and maybe a pep talk here and there, not a bad idea. And pep talk, not the right word, but to be inspired, to be motivated. Sometimes you do need an outside force to kind of help you, push you, right?
Yeah. Well, and one of the things we talk about is, what does our life look like right now? We're all in a chapter, and we've had past chapters. We're in a current chapter. We have future chapters. So what does it look like to transition into that next chapter? And I think wherever we are in life, that's what we're motivated by at that moment. The things that, used to be exciting when we were in our 20s and 30s have shifted. They've changed.
Yeah, right.
We're, but we want people to be inspired for where they are now and where they want to take it.
Yeah. It is difficult because you have so many other things going on in your as you get older, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, you have other things that are going on. You've got kids, you get grandkids, you've got, you're really, really focused on retirement, and you have all these other things, and some of the things that sparked interest earlier in your life kind of get neglected a little bit.
One of the, you're talking right into all of our motivational moments, Kramer. You really do need to be there.
I would love to.
But we talk about, so what does it look like to try to do it all, have it all, be it all? Got all these balls in the air. How do you juggle them and stay sane? And the big question is, well, maybe you don't need to. Maybe that's not what you want. People are at different places and want different things. I've got friends at this age that they're okay having like one thing in life and just having peace and calm and tranquility.
Right.
Whereas there's other people my age that they're still shooting for the stars. They're going for that brass ring. They're not going to stop till they get it.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to speak to everybody in the room that night.
Do you think there are people that, as they've aged and they got older, that they kind of when they say they just want peace, that perhaps that's a cop out?
What do you think, Blanca?
Like Marta said, I think everybody has to find their purpose. Everybody has to find what fulfills them and what creates their joy. And I don't think, I think the key to this event is to bring unbelievable levels of energy and to build friendships so that you can reflect upon what your purpose is and what you're doing. And maybe if someone is feeling burnt out, everyone's been through a lot of transitions after the hurricane, a lot of negative energy, a lot of rebuilding. And sometimes I think sometimes we forget that being together and just connecting as people is the greatest remedy and will bring you the greatest happiness. So whether it's finding your purpose or just connecting with other people, hopefully, like Marta says, it'll spark something inside of everyone so that everybody can have an enjoyable evening connecting with each other. We're always also attached to the social media, which is great, and we're always on the phone and we're always working. But at the end of the day, don't you have the most fun when you're just with other people, Kramer?
Well, yeah, and I think getting together, and this is going to be a fun thing too. This is not one of those events where you go to and people are just screaming at you the entire time. Like Marta said, it's more of a conversational type of thing.
Well, and people say, what is a woman's mastermind? I mean, I get asked that every day, and I say, well, it is an empowerment event. It's motivational, inspirational, but it's entertaining. And we can't forget that word because there's going to be a lot of fun things going on that night. And I don't want to give away any secrets, but people are going to leave with a big smile.
You guys are going to have grub, right? And drinks, cocktails?
Yeah, really nice hors d'oeuvres.
Everybody gets one complimentary cocktail. There'll be gourmet appetizers, but most importantly, everyone is going to make a new friend that night. Everyone is going to have a great time. The energy in the room is really special.
Well, we talk a lot about collaboration.
To get there, I'm so excited.
Yeah. There's power in, and Blanca and I have talked a lot about this, in just being in a room full of inspiring, fun, nice people, influencers. And you're going to make new friends when you go to this mastermind. There's a power of us being together.
So it's the Women's Mastermind, and it's October the 15th, and it's from 6 to 9. So if somebody's listening, is there a Facebook, a web page? Where do we send people?
Okay, we've got the Laws of Life.
www.lawsoflife.shop, or they can search Mastermind on Eventbrite.com.
Okay. Well, perfect. It was so nice to meet you, Marta, and Blanca. I always love hearing her voice. You can tell when she gets excited because her voice goes way up. You hear that?
I heard it.
Well, you always make me laugh, Kramer, and obviously, I love you, Marta. You have become such an amazing.
And October the 15th, 6 to 9. I go ahead, sir. Is there something else? Sorry.
Oh, well, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that this is a charity benefit. We're going to be giving a portion of all the proceeds to Girls Inc.
I just saw them on the news.
I was with Nikki yesterday.
Were you?
On
were
WJHG.
you? Okay, all right.
And we're both very excited about this because their mission is inspiring girls to be smart, strong, and bold. And really, that's our mission. But we're working with grown-up girls. Yeah. So it's kind of cool wherever you're at. And so when we heard their mission and really understood what they do, we realized we want to benefit them. So they'll be there as well that night.
Great. I'm honored to have both of you guys, and make sure that you get out on October the 15th between 6 and 9. Thank you so much for being on. Blanca, it was great to hear your voice, and Marta, it was so great to meet you.
Thank you, Kramer.
I'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you so much, Kramer.
Okay.
Bye,
Thank you, Blanca.
Bye-bye.